Fired engineer Damore sues Google for discrimination against white male conservatives. It's been 5 months since James Damore was fired from his job as an engineer at Google, after posting a memo to an internal message board that criticized the company's diversity policies for ignoring differences between sexes and daring to use facts to back up its statements on the differences between sexes. And now, amid the ever-escalating identity politics of the new normal America, TechCrunch reports, Damore, along with another former Google engineer named David Goodman, who spent 3 years with Google working on a query engine, has filed a class action lawsuit against the company in Santa Clara Superior Court in Northern California. He claims that Google unfairly discriminates against white conservative men. The lawsuit filed by Dillon Law Group said that it aims to represent all employees of Google who've been discriminated against due to their perceived conservative political views by Google, due to their male gender by Google, and due to their Caucasian race by Google. TechCrunch notes that Damore isn't holding back any punches here. According to this filing, Google employs illegal hiring quotas to fill its desired percentages of women and favor minority candidates, and openly shames managers of business units who fail to meet their quotas. In the process, openly denigrating male and Caucasian employees as less favored than others. The suit also claims that numerical presence of women celebrated at Google was based solely due to their gender, while the presence of Caucasian males was mocked with boos during company-wide weekly meetings. I was reading portions and comments from TechCrunch, and it seems not only was he's shamed by Google, but he's also shamed by a whole lot of other Silicon Valley companies, which begs the question, is a industry that is overwhelmingly male and predominantly white being forced into feminism? And he wasn't really talking about race. He was really talking about the difference between sexes and their abilities in that particular field. And are you going to start losing your best and your brightest because you're treating them poorly? It's one thing to have affirmative action quotas and hire women, regardless of skill. I don't particularly care about that. You know, if it is what it is. If you want to hire women, you hire women to fill your quotas. But if you're trying to make a hostile work environment for guys that are actually doing the work, because the vast majority of work is being done by men, and men of all races especially. And will this push, this affirmative action push by white women predominantly, because we know damn well it's not a whole lot of black women getting hired in Silicon Valley, especially at Google. And it wasn't black women that got this white dude fired. We know it was white women. So are companies like Google and other such Silicon Valley companies that have a hard time filling their spots for qualified engineers or qualified programmers that could possibly go out and form their own companies? That's probably what's going to happen. Are they going to risk their own technology, their own company, and basically ostracize their workers by overemphasizing women? When that very same Google pushed Marissa Myers out into Yahoo, we saw what she did to Yahoo, because they tried the same thing, the same feminist policies at Yahoo, and the people with the skills left. And I predict if these tech companies follow this line where they're going to shove feminism down these guys' throats, they're going to leave. I read one of my commenters talk about this, where the feminism was so bad. I don't know whether they worked in Silicon Valley. I don't know if it was Google or what, but the feminism was so bad that these guys just left. They quit. In fact, they quit and they left the country. They said they couldn't work under it. And I'm sure if this guy had enough nerve to complain out loud and risk his job, that it's probably a lot worse inside than we actually think it is. And let's get this straight. I'm not caping for no white dude, okay? I'm not caping for white guys. I think white guys are perfectly able to take care of themselves. But I'm saying this is a trend. This is definitely a trend, and this will trickle down to the rest of the population. But if if feminists can take down the old boys club or the male-dominated fortress of Silicon Valley, then they can take down any place else, because there's one place where there's very few women, that's in Silicon Valley. And I'm just wondering, no slight to Google, is Google risking ostracizing their programmers? If this guy's claim is to be true, this is the Me Too of Silicon Valley. And as we speak, there's not enough qualified programmers at these guys' level. They're at their engineer level. It's hard enough to recruit these guys, much less fire them over what? An internal memo? Anyway, that's all I got for this one. This is BGS out. I'll see you guys on the next one.